Hi, welcome back. As part of technical knowledge, thought to create more awareness guidance videos through this, many IT professionals will be able to love better from their skill itself without depending or without any fear on the career, right? So today we are going to discuss one important topic. What is mean by real time? In today's IT industry, this is the more worrying word for those who searching for jobs or want to move different career, right? So, say for example, you are a fresher, means what you will do, either you support or fix some errors or create new resources or plan for removal or plan for new resources in coming project new releases, right? We will take example AWS cloud. I hope you are now good in AWS services. Each service, what is what? Then do the following. Web application need to be deployed. The client or manager is saying per day 1 million requests will be received to this new website application, right? This is the scenario. Now, what you need to do, you will come up with the following. You have to come up with the following. What are the services you will configure to achieve this web application deployment? See, it's a online web application has to be deployed. Then, what are all services you will configure to achieve this web application deployment? And further question, you need to ask yourself, how will you configure? If you say you are a DevOps guy, or if you say you are an automation guy, then all these services must be in code. Then, if you execute these codes, all these services will be created and should be provisioned post this code execution. Once you executed this code which you created, if you go and access website, it should work. That means everything has to be completed. The web application should be able to access from outside, right? So how will you monitor this whole setup? The next question you need to ask yourself. Each component, say if you are configured for 5 services to achieve this web application deployment, EC2 and S3 and XFS and load back. So how will you configure all these services, right? And then again, you need to ask the next question. How will you configure the alert mechanism? Because the monitor alone will not help you. There should be some alert mechanism should be notified to your manager, to your support team, to all stakeholders who really need to know what is happening in that environment, right? And next question you need to ask yourself, how do you ensure the backup and restore in each component, right? So these questions, the more you ask, this is called real time. So for each question, you try to find the answer. And again, next question you need to ask, are you planning for POC or production setup? If production setup, then you must need to plan dev or SIT and UAT, pre-prod, prod. So these environments with the similar setup. So each environment similar setup with some changes, because development, once you tested, you need to move it to SIT. Then you need to have some changes with respect to servers, with respect to debugged code, deployment, everything. Then production is final stable code with more number of servers, because that is where you are going to receive huge traffic. So each environment may have small changes, correct? Then, like this, if you start create more use cases, and in each use case, if you put all your learned services, that's it. This is called real time, right? So instead of worrying, you start ask yourself for what you learned. Each service you combine together for one scenario. So in this web application deployment, if you ask question like this, can derive more real-time use cases and questions. And each question, you find out the answer. This is what we are missing because we are learning EC2, how to create EC2, how to create S3 bucket, how to create VPC, how to install some application software inside the EC2 created instance. But this is not what need for project, right? This is the exactly we are missing, and people have started worrying. I don't have real time experience. You have real time experience because you are the person you learned, right? Always we cannot work in exact technology to move better package because in our IT companies, many projects we cannot learn exactly apart from the assigned role or assigned limitation. This is reality. I'm talking about the reality, right? So, what is the point for worrying? I don't have real time. You set up a lab, you fail multiple times in your lab, right? So, you need to have your own lab, try and fail habit. Each month, if you could create 2 to 3 use cases similar to this, that is more than enough. But please make sure for each use case, you are asking more questions. For those more questions, you also need to find out the answers. That's it. So, once you got the answer in your own lab, set up and implement and learn. Don't say you don't have real time experience, just say you have. Maybe in your POC lab, you learn all this that I explained so far in 2 to 3 servers or maybe one server. But in real time, it will be a 200 to 300 servers. That's all. The commands are same, the procedures are same, the codes are same, everything is same, right? So this is what you need to extend yourself as a real-time exposure. Fail multiple times in your own lab, then only you know what you are doing. Then only you will get confidence more in interviews. Never go with what you learn from theory, right? So this is called real time. Please feel free to send all your queries to my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is 918939984529, or you can reach me out vijay@cloudnloud.com. I'm happy to explain with more scenarios. Thanks everyone.